Hello. What we have here is a filthy combine, at least part of it. I know one of the things I mentioned in the video the other day was to figure out how to put dirt on there, and brother, there's some dirt. I may have overdone it. But anyway, I think it's headed in the right direction, but wow, that is quite filthy. So probably the whole thing needs to end up looking similar to that if it's going to be somewhat looking normal. So anyway, I'll hop out of the game and we'll continue working on it. You can kind of see it here in the editor, just how dirty it made it look. So I'll maybe try to do it a little bit. The part we need to do is find the textures that we're going to see, that have dirt on them. So obviously this is a big share of the tin work. Probably another one I could try is the top of the cab. So mainly need to find which texture file it is. If it'll just let me click on it here. And it's not really letting me click on it. But somewhere in here, let me open this up a little bit. Somewhere it's going to, maybe it's cabine. No, that's the cab. Most of the cab. There's probably something that is the top. Yeah, this Lataria or whatever that was. That's kind of that whole section. But maybe I can just click through these. Yeah, there's some other ones I'm going to need to take care of. That's what's up here. Mm, yeah, I think those are only for, I guess there isn't anything in here that impacts it. Nothing in, well, there's going to be a little bit down there. Maybe they would get dusty and dirty. Just trying to look and see the parts where we're going to be picking up dirt. So, all right, back to here. We'll click through these and see which gives us, see, those are probably going to be windows. I may want to put some dirt on those too. Let's see, click down through here. I don't know where all these parts are. Chassis, that's, well, here's one. Nope, I'm going to try to take care of the top. That's the one I said I would do. It's got to be one of these somewhere. Aha! Tampa Cabine, or however you say that. Okay, so I need to figure out the diffuse, which is in this folder here, TC Textures Tampa Cabine. Okay, so Tampa Cabine. I think I can go find it. I think this is in TC Textures Tampa Cabine. I'm going to open this in paint.net. I already have another one over here. I just watched a tutorial on this. I'll maybe try to put the link in the description on how to do this. But basically within paint.net, you need to open the layers, and I think it was duplicate it 3 times, and then it was to add a new layer above each. This layer here, you uncheck all of them. And apparently this is how you're supposed to do it. This is going to be the red layer, so you color it red. This is going to be green. I think I picked this green last time. Oops, except I need to uncheck that or it's going to undo everything I did. So throw some green in here. We'll come to here. These are different layers of the texture. I really don't know how this works, but apparently to the Giants game engine, the blue layer, oh shucks, yeah, I was on the wrong one. Let me put that here, and I gotta go back up here, and because I just screwed up, gotta recolor it green. I believe dirt is figured in the blue layer, and I think it's ambient occlusion. AO is for layer 5. I believe that's the glossiness, shininess of something, and I'm not sure what the red layer does. But anyway, I think if I come up here, what I'm supposed to do is adjust it for hue and saturation. So I'm going to take this to 0, and I think I do that to this one also. I better make sure I'm on the layer. So we're going to go adjust it hue all the way to 0 like this. And then there was curves. That's something I had to do, which was put it up here. I believe the lighter it is, the less shininess there is. So I think that's kind of how this is set up. And basically on this model, it appears the modder didn't do any of this work, so we're kind of doing it for him. So I believe that goes there. And then on this layer, as we get out of there, what we could do, as I understand it, is literally take white and we could paint. Oops, except I should use the paintbrush. We could paint and probably use a smaller brush. And wherever we would paint, this white stuff is where the dirt would appear. But I saw this other guy that had a cool way of doing this where, you know, I suppose someone with enough patience could sit here and paint all the blotches on there, but it probably wouldn't look very normal. So it'd be nice to find some kind of a pattern or template to be able to do it. So one of the things I want to do is see just how big this is. Oh, it's a 512. So I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to import from the file. I'm going to use the dirt file that I previously had. It's a 2048. I'm going to see what's going to happen. Let me see if I can resize this to 512. Oh. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. So I'm going to undo, and I'm just going to make a new one. I'll open this paint.net. I'm going to resize it to 512, which is what I need. And I'll save as dirt 2125, 512. Well, I assume that's all right. And I'll get rid of that now. I'm going to import it, try what I did last time, so it'll superimpose it. There's the file I made. There. Now it's the same size, but it's the wrong area. So I think I can delete this. That's kind of what I did before. And of course it made it horrendously dirty. But I probably need to do this to delete it. So if we have both of these selected at the same time, it doesn't look like we can see it in there, but I think what I need to do is multiply, which puts them together. I'm not sure how it does that, so there we go. And we're supposed to do that on each one of these. Multiply. So now we've done that to those. And here and here. Multiply. And then I think it's the merge layer down. So we're just going to combine these layers. So red's going to go into there. Then I do green into background. And then I do the blue into our dirt here. Then I believe we select all of them. And I believe we choose additive. And then I believe we merge down, background, additive. Yeah, we're doing all kinds of stuff with it. You can kind of see the dirt showing up in there, the blotches, where they will appear. So additive and merge down. So now that we have everything all in one, we go File, Save As. It's Tampa K-Bind, so let's just call it dirt. We'll hit save. Hopefully that's all right. Maybe somebody knows if it's not. I'm not a texture expert by any means, so I think we're done. So we'll go back to the model, and up here we know the diffuse texture is there. So now what we want to drag in is the specular texture, which we just made. So we're going to look for Tampa K-Bind dirt. So we'll put that on there. We don't really see anything at the moment, and that is because we don't have the dirt shader. So we're going to go look for the dirt shader, and I don't remember where it was. Here we go. And it's going to come with a few settings. And I think we can already see that we have now made a quite filthy roof for the combine. So we are going to have one dirty machine, or it's going to gather dirt kind of over time, but this is what I learned tonight in terms of how to, I had to relearn it. I know I've done this before, putting dirt textures on there, and this one is quite aggressive. But if we save it, we can take it in game, and we'll just look at it here real quick. I'm pretty sure it's gonna appear about as dirty as that is back there, but we'll just verify that. Then what I'm going to need to do is do this several times by finding all the textures that need to have dirt put on them. And I'm wondering if there's a way to kind of moderate the impact a little bit. I may have to just experiment with it several times until it looks normal. Not like you'd have to take the combine literally mudding before it looks the way it does. So our puppy will bark. And there she is. I love it. It's supposed to be yellow. And maybe it isn't that far off. I suppose it all depends on what you're harvesting. I remember some pretty dirty combines back in the day. So Maybe we're not off as far as what it would appear. Anyway, that's how to put some dirt on a texture.